Greetings, friends. What are you learning today that will help you better serve God? All right, let's talk a little bit about platinum and gold and silver because they're on fire. Or they have been on fire, and they still are on fire, actually. I've told everybody that you should own a little bit of gold and silver. Silver is the poor man's gold. Today, I sold a 1 ounce gold coin. I think I got, $39.90 for it, $39.93 for it at one dealer, and I traded it in for a 1 ounce platinum coin. And I think that cost me spot price, which was about $16.28 or $16.33. That's $1,633 plus about $120 over spot. And I ended up with $2,200 cash to boot. Okay, that was a pretty good trade. You see, my reasoning is that I think platinum is undervalued and gold is perhaps a bit overbought. Not overvalued, but just overbought right now. Platinum has had a tremendous move over the last 8 months or 10 months, and I think it'll do better than gold. So that's why I decided to put a little bit of money into platinum. Now, silver has been outperforming both gold and platinum. I think today we hit over $52 in silver, and I actually made over $10,000. Okay, so speculating in silver. Now, you can make a lot of money in silver and gold. You can also lose a lot if you're not careful. All right, so here's the thing. You can make even more money in the mining shares. The mining shares. Do you own any silver or gold mining shares? Let me give you some. And then I'm going to give you my prediction or forecast for where I think silver could be going over the next 3 years, up to 2028. All right, here's some big producers. I've been following them for years. Pan American Silver, symbol PAAS. Newmont is a gold producer. NEM, symbol NEM. You got First Majestic, symbol AG. Coeur d'Alene, or it used to be called Coeur d'Alene. I know it as Coeur d'Alene Mining. Symbol CDE. These have done very well. Dolly Varden, DVS, symbol DVS. Silvercore, symbol SVM, I believe. Liberty Gold, I think. I might get this symbol mixed up. Well, just look it up. Liberty Gold. It's trading for about, I think last time I checked, 53 cents. I bought it at 48 cents or lower, and I've increased my shares. My philosophy is not to put all your money into any particular stock at one particular price, but to dip your toes in, take a small position, and let the market prove you right, okay? Some people talk about dollar cost averaging when the market drops, invest some more money. That might work in a bull market, but another way to look at it is to simply take a small position and then let the market prove you right and then add more, okay? So if you got, let's say $1,200, you take $400, take a position, spend another $400 after the market moves in your favor, and then another $400, okay, your last third, when the market even moves higher. Now you're in profits, okay? Why would you throw more money at something that's dropping in value? Of course, if you're in a bull market, I understand the average of the idea of average dollar cost averaging down, but this is just another way of looking at things. Okay, so I've got some cash set aside in case the stock market corrects. It could bring down the mining shares. Friday, I noticed that the Nasdaq really took a tumble. It dropped quite a bit. I don't know what percentage, but man, the volume was like 300 million shares. So I bought some SQQQs, exchange traded funds, betting that the Nasdaq was going to drop. Well, today it actually rallied. It gapped up. Now, gaps are to be bought. I was waiting for it to drop a little bit more before I added onto my position. I missed it. I missed getting filled today by just a little bit. Perhaps tomorrow we'll see a further rise in the Nasdaq, and I'll be able to get my SQQQs a little cheaper. But there's a real good possibility that we could see a further pullback here in the overall stock market. I think the S&P got hit, the Russell and the Dow also. They've broken some trend lines. So we didn't really get confirmation yet, but we'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. But if we get a really big sell-off in the stock market, I suspect the mining shares could take a hit. That's why I've got money ready to buy them up at a better price, at a discount. We all love discounts, don't we? So you got to be cautious and don't be greedy, all right? Don't be greedy. See, a lot of people buy on greed and they sell on fear, the exact opposite of what you want to do. You want to be doing the opposite of that. Be a contrarian. Buy when most people are selling and sell when most people are buying if you want to make money in any market, not just the stock market or gold and silver and the commodity market, anything. Buy your straw hats in winter, my friends. You should have some gold and silver. The banks aren't paying you very much money to keep your hard-earned money there. You know, even if you got 2 or 3 or 4%, what's that? Silver has probably gone up 70% this year in the last 12 months. All right. Now here's my predictions or forecast. I can see silver hitting $60, maybe $65 an ounce this year, 2025. And we may get a correction and might pull back. Next year, 2026, I can see $85 to $115. But let's just call it $120. And then could it double the next year in 2027 to $240? I think that's a possibility. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm saying it's possible. And I don't think anybody's making these bullish predictions that I'm making. And then in 2028, could we double again? And I think we could. So we could go from 120 to 240 to 480 in 2028. That's just 3 years from now. And then after that, I think, we may level off and only increase by 50, 60%. But that's just a speculation. I'm thinking because of the shortage. We have a 5-year deficit right now in silver. We have tremendous demand in the solar industry, medical, electronics, things like that. There's talk about a short squeeze, supply chain disruption. The spot price, we're in backwardation, what that means is that spot price is trading higher than the futures. So today, let's say we were around $50 in December futures in silver. We were at least $1.50 to $2 above that in the spot price. And there's no stopping right now. It just continues to go up. Keep your eye on the price. You can go to kitco.com, K-I-T-C-O, to get the spot price on platinum, silver, and gold. And you can go to investing.com to get the futures prices. All right? If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll be keyed in on the next video. And share it with other people. Hope this blesses you. Learn something. Get educated in finances because they didn't teach me anything in high school about money. If you want to get wealthy, you have to study wealth. Right? If you want to get healthy, you have to study health. Goes without saying. All right. Have a great one.